it's ready to go. In fact, filling the silicones in these are aluminum, so I'm not too worried about them. They're aluminum. So let's say, for instance, I guess how we want to do is have it bump like this, right? So a little silicone in the long run will actually help hold as well too. So what we can do is we can squeeze some silicone, either put it on the either put it on the thread itself before it dips in there. Might be a little less mess, because then way we can just, you know what I mean, just smash it in there. So we could do that. Let's try that. Let's try that route and see how much more coverage we have with that one. And then we can drive it in. Okay, let's take this guy out. More than likely he's dried up. See, he's only wet to a certain point. The rest are just, I'm gonna fish all this dead silicone out supposedly. So I'm gonna probe him from the back. I mean, I wouldn't mind using this tip, but we'll see. We'll see if we need the tip or not. See, there's just dead silicone. I call it dead silicone or hardened silicone. Oh, look at that. You got a little bit of silicone glorious here. I'm not sure you can use it though. There you go, look. Isn't that nasty? That's like a snot. Oh, look at that. Oh man, I think I got it all out already. But it might not be wasteful actually. Let's see how much of this is still useful. So, oh, silicone smells like, I don't know, it smells like vinegar, rubber vinegar. Ugh. Okay, so here we go. Let me just dab this guy. Alright, he's our first. Now we do want to concave like this way. We don't want to go the other way, because it creates more of a closure bump. Okay, so let's bless this with our little silicone wand. Actually, it's pretty soft still, so this might actually have a chance. Look at that. Hopefully it's not going to get too damn messy. Not bad. Again, if it comes out and it holds a little bit more of this guy, it's fine. Okay, let's see. Not bad, huh? My little silicone toy. Okay, where we're going to put the wand where it doesn't create so much mess for us. We're going to put it somewhere where it can hang out freely. Let's put him on a... Well, I'm going to have to maybe extract him back in here, just halfway maybe. That way I can rest his body. There we go. I got it to be like that. So I got to do for each one, that's a little bit tiresome. But let's focus on getting the center one. And the rest we can turn, right? Again, you want to keep it where the bumps are facing upward, the scales. This is what's going to help you not slip off, supposedly. I think it's really not that effective. It's still pretty slippery though. So it looks like a little bit, makes it look like a part of the metal exposing. Pretty cool design though. Alright. Alright, I'm going by a little bit feel. Turn the thread a little bit. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to drive it in. Let me cap this guy off because we might not need him for a while. And we got to work quick because that other silicone is probably going to dry up from the little tube. I mean, from this guy right here. Silicone exposed to oxidation. That's what hardens it eventually. But at least it gives us 20 minutes to work with, just like JBL compound. Okay, so let me drive him in smoothly. I feel much better having a little bit of silicone splatting out. We can wipe it down than all the rest. Let me go ahead and start lining it. As you can see here, the holes want to go where they may. Again, these are sharp, you know, they're more protruding screws, so that kind of helps that. And you want to get to a nice snug, don't want to over tighten again. These are not made to be like tight. Just let the silicone do its work. And I'm gonna try my best to align it where positive. I could probably go one more small turn like this, pushing myself to do it. Not yet. There you go. I want the positives to stay crisscross perfectly like this, and of course like this. Okay, so I got that the way I want it. Alright, next silicone and a whole bunch of these ones. So let me go and get these guys all abundantly here. 4. And we got 4. We can finish this guy with the remaining 2. That'll be freaking awesome. Alright, so here we go. Next one. We'll hold them from here. Seems like it kind of helps scrape a little bit. We should get these guys preset it, ready to go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get him preset. That way I can just pull him up by his nose. Or suppose it whatever nose it has. Did I cap it off? Yeah, I did. Cap off the silicone. Capped off the tube anyway. So that was good. We didn't feel like we wasted, huh? We got most of the back out here. I thought it was really going to dry perfectly the whole thing like we had last time, but it didn't. I guess that maybe took a longer time. Okay, so let's do this guy. Once we get silicone on him, he doesn't seem like he'll move around much, but it's like before you get silicone on him. All right. See that? Once you get silicone, he stays. There you go. Look at it. It's like, oh, I got coated. I'm stuck. It's like he's in quicksand or something. That doesn't mean he can... oh man, it's gonna get messy. That's not where I want to be. See that? The bolt stays. So you mainly want to get onto the thread of the bolts. Just like you're applying a glopple sort of lock. Well, couldn't really say Loctite because you don't need that much here. But yeah. But you want to give them a good coverage though. And any excessive, wipe them out ahead of time. Okay, so when he hardens, so he's ready to go. Let me go and face this guy back over here. In fact, I should just pull up a box or something. Be a little closer to us. That way we don't have to reach so far. Just don't want to get dirty though. There we go. As long as it's not touching the ground surface, we're good. Just I don't want the silicone get contaminated and then, you know, all the dirt we're driving into. Or okay, so where to next? We can go any choice we want. I want to probably go directional. So let me go and put this one top. Sort of seeing it. I'm not seeing it. What's great about silicone is you can still wipe it off when you're on the surface if you're not. But still kind of messy though. A little bit more finger muscle here. As soon as it drives in the little hole that it has. I'm not sure if I can get the hole yet. No, it's not getting into the hole. So let me pull it back out. Let's see where the hole is. Now it's covered with silicone, so it's not that pleasant to really see, but I think it's angled. The hole is probably angled a little bit more to our right and down. That's, I'm thinking. Nope, I don't feel that there either. Maybe this one right here. It's just angled more to the right and down, I think. Is this snipping? There you go. I think it looks like it wants to climb, but it comes back out. Like, no, it's not where my hole is. Alright, guy. I might have to unloosen this, unfortunately. I shouldn't tighten things yet until I'm for certain. So there you go. I loosened this guy up. I was too confident there. I'm even lifting him up to see where he could possibly be. Just don't feel a hole being digged into him. Alright, let's move to the next one then. We'll have to cross-examine this guy again. With silicone, it's harder to tell now, but I think there's a hole here. Yeah, there's a hole here. Oh. Yeah, we couldn't find a hole in this guy. So we're going to go ahead and try aim for this guy now. There you go, I'll put this here, that way you guys can see it station. Instead of moving too darn close with me. So we're still trying to get to the other guy soon. Hopefully it's silicone. I'm going to get some shop rag. A second here. Like I'm getting silicone everywhere now, even on my tripod. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you could see it, but I was able to tighten him downward now. So he's good now. See, I have to drive him downward. Okay, now these two guys are very visible, so they should be okay. So we'll put some silicone on them. Silicone just helps weatherproof things, but also works as a good vibration stabilizer, especially on things that you need to make sure they stick around. So super. So there we go. I think I got enough here. I'll spread the love. Even on the other side, there's not yet, but I can scrape it off and move it to the other side. Okay, so there we go. When it smashes, it'll bring it all the way up out anyway. Okay, put the bottom one here. I might have forgot to delete my video, so that's probably why it's showing such a limited recording time. I have 34 minutes supposedly, but when this thing ends, I'll go ahead and delete those other ones. So we can go further. It's not the battery that's causing it. Alright, so there we go. And the last one here for this guy, and when we get tightened, we can actually clean it. So again, no silicone yet, still clean. I'm using whatever left over from our little tube disbursement there. Yeah, I'm getting a little smarter now. I'm not kind of going in for the whole glob at once. I think this should be plenty still. Okay, we're going to be wiping some off anyway. Alright. You definitely want to do this only for non-ground bolts. So these are non-ground bolts. They're just plastic bolts. Just to hold this little brick. It's like a little pretty cool design. So it stays on the surface like that. Speaking of staying on the surface, I gotta make sure I stay flush on the surface. I'll have another challenge on my hand. There we go. Almost. This guy looks like he wants to bite. Alright, now it's time to tighten these guys down the way we want them to. And I guess you want to do it in a cross pattern. So this guy's snug now. Let's get this guy snugged. Okay. We won't snug them all evenly. So, okay, we're going to go on this side opposite. This guy's snug. This guy's definitely got a long ways to go to get snugged, but he's almost there. Now I'm also focusing on lining the plus sign the way I want to. This guy needs to be snugged. He's almost there. And then we're going to go and start wiping the silicone nicely. So there goes, perfect cross. This guy might need to go a little bit one more turn now since this is brought up. You can force it, but be careful though, just know your thrust hole. Okay, go this guy again. So this guy can go a little bit more now, so the more you snug one, the other one can follow with it. Careful, you don't want any of them to strip. They won't strip the screw, they'll actually just strip the plastic that's mounting on the screw. This guy's almost there, so I don't want to go any more other than try to line him straight. They're straight, they're straight, they're straight. So that's it. Let's see if the middle one will go a little bit more loosey-goosey for us. Nope. So there you go. If they're not, we leave it alone. And give it a good rub with the same, because you don't want these guys to expose themselves because they will attract dirt. So go ahead and rub any excessive silicone out of there. You're good. You just want it to smash in there and stay in there. And this will protect it. Will protect it from vibrating off. It's not going to protect the water. You can see here the grease can still go in here. These guys are gapped. You can see here. I'm sorry. You can almost see the bolts here. See, it's exposed still. So it's not like you're protecting it from water going in there. Mainly you're using silicone to, one thing, maybe protect the rust from getting onto the bolts, and then also protecting it from vibrating off. And then also, you know, you're constantly kicking this thing. So you want to let this cure, I say, for almost 24 hours is not enough, I think. With silicone, you want to have it cure for almost 48 to 72 hours for it to really get good, nice, hard, to really do its job better. So I wouldn't recommend putting your feet in, trying to start riding on this thing until that time. So that's fine. We got plenty to do. All right, so there you go. One plate down. That took us, what, 20 minutes? So hopefully we'll be a little bit more efficient, more faster. We can do this side ahead of time, or we can go back and do the other small one too that we have a little experience. But let's go ahead and try to do the long ones too now. So let's go ahead and get the long ones. This is the one that's protruding. I think it fell. I think if we go over there, we might as well maybe take a look at the short one again, but there we go. There's our screwdriver. Alright, so this guy's still good. Put this vitamin C pack, I'll probably have it for later. Alright. So let's face this way. I think I got all silicones off of here. Any little dirt or anything like that. Any little silicone that squeezed last bit off, we can wipe their excessive. Because when it hardens, what you don't see, it will just be like a little bit harder rubber, so it's still okay like that. Alright, so that won't shift anymore. They're cleaned out pretty well. So any silicone spat or residue, we can get now. Okay, this one's same situation. Make sure there's no bolt we're screwing underneath. Just go and wipe down the bottom of the surface real quick. Probably throw this little piece away. You can cut your little shop rag into 4 pieces, so each one you should work with a new one, so you don't contaminate it with bits of the old piston. Or you can just save it to wipe. There we go. Okay, so anyway, since I got more shop rag here, I'll just take a new sheet here. I'll split it in 4. Oh, let me close the door real quick. So I forgot to close the door. Alright. It's looking pretty damn good. We're getting there. Got the surfboard on there. So this is pretty much one of his few steps that we'll need to take in order to get him almost ready. Sweet. Alright. So let's grab our amigos. Let's see how many he's gonna need. 2, 4, 6. Obvious, he's gonna need a little bit more than the other guy. So 4 plus 2, it goes 6. We're gonna need 6 of these little shields. Hopefully we have enough shield. Hopefully didn't lose any in the process of moving things around. 5. And here's one more. Alright, so and here it is. So make sure again you don't put the indent side. I mean you could, but I wouldn't recommend, because that way when you attract dirt it goes in here. I'd rather have it. And besides, I think it's made for you to grip a little bit more bump for you to grip your footprints. So that's why I think the surface needs to show where the bumps are, not the incline area, because you can interchange them and flip it over to the other side if you wanted to, but I recommend keeping the bump surface on top. Gives you a little bit more surface grip than just smooth plastic like this. You know, it gives a little bit more surface grip on your, you know, your shoes. Okay, so let's flex this the way we think we're gonna have it. Alright, so let's try to just put this guy over here, huh? Great little holder there. Okay. So we can work from the center one and back out to the other two. How about that? So we could try that route. Hopefully they align just nicely. They should. The only thing I could think of it, maybe whoever screwed it last time didn't screw it correctly, or from the manufacturer, which is pretty uncommon. Alright, so let's go ahead and set these guys up, ready to go. Let's see here, we can start setting them straight up like this. Yeah, these definitely don't take anything longer than these shorter ones, because there's just no point. There's just only a thin plastic the size of maybe no more than this right here. You can see no more than a 2 millimeter the most. Not even, maybe, yeah, maybe three millimeters, but not that much. Okay, I'm gonna try to set much as I can up here. Then we don't have the room yet. We'll prep it up a little bit later. There's just scattering here. Just try to set up much as I can. Just don't want to wait till the heat's okay. So there we go. We got 4 out of 6 set up, ready to go. So let's get the first one. Take our little super glue wand, I call it, because that's what it is. Okay, we gotta get one alignment at least. Try to get from each side. This actually works well than just, or maybe the other way, I just dip it in there, right? I could have got that route too. Oh, sorry. I could have got that route too. Open the cap. Just open the cap and just, you know, dip it in real quick like this while it's still on the surface. That'll create an even one. Maybe I don't have to spin it off, but I try to conserve the compound, so that's why we're doing it this way. Because I thought we had to throw them all away, actually, this part. But look, he came out like a snot. Served this well. Okay. Don't worry if you get anything on the surface, because you're going to be cleaning it off anyway. Okay, let's get our alignment here. It's hard to see because it's black on black. Even I can't tell. But I'm seeing there's 1, there's 2. 1, 2 right there. I see it now. Okay, let's just try to get 1 at least in there. To the point where we can spin them a little bit. Okay, get the screwdriver, drive them down. Okay, don't want to really tighten them. Just want to get them down. Okay, let's work on the next one. We'll go quicker. Bring the snot up a little bit more for us. Call it snot. There we go. Turn the snot around. There we go. Just work it. Try to get it all in the area. When it spins, it's going to splat evenly anyway. Okay. Here's this bottom of the middle one. Try to make sure I probe them into it. All right. All right, so that one's going in. Now we got 2 more. Make sure that's in alignment, so we'll get this corner right now. Again, they're still all loose, so they can come together eventually. Let's get the snot on this guy too. I thought about doing this since yesterday, so it's not like I was like, oh, let's just put silicone in there. It wasn't like the last minute adhesive super glue idea with the clamp. That's one you guys just saw. This one's debating what is the best way to do this. Because I did have an issue when I remember that the screws were coming loose on their own. Because I guess after a while, when you start putting your foot up and down and rubbing against this, it eventually shakes loose the thickness of the rubber. But I think it has a time to almost seal itself back, just like your earlobe. It's not going to completely seal, but, you know, within time, I guess the rubber comes back to be a little bit smaller because it has no more resistance. So I think with the silicone, it's going to fill in that gap that it didn't seal before. So I could feel the silicone's actually working a little bit good. One thing is creating the stickiness, another thing is just when it hardens, it's going to create a little bit more of the filling cushion to force it to not be loose on its own. So it's almost like you can say it's a Loctite for rubber or plastic. Silicone. That's probably what it is for, really. Now this guy here, he's already getting a little bit hard. So, but still got, oh, I think I'm getting the bits and pieces of the hardness that's already been cured. So that's okay. they go in there and they have a little bit left of softer gel in them, they'll take shape for us and they'll still work. But let me help spray it around just to make sure though. It's like playing with Slimer. Alright, so let's get this guy in here. Again, don't worry about all the mess right now from the silicone. It's going to be wipeable. Just like we did here on this top here. You can see it's all nice and clean now. Only the areas that doesn't have silicone. Now if you want to wipe your hands from a little bit here and there as you go, you can do that. That way it doesn't really get all over the place, like on your tools and stuff. There we go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip a little piece of the cloth I have behind here, and I'm just going to wipe my hands a little bit. I can also use it to blow my nose too. There we go. Let's get that little residue out. Okay, so we got 2 more to go and we're good. So here's our last 2. Let's set these guys up. Or set it up. There we go. Alright. So could we, oh look, we're almost finished with our silicone shish kebab. See if I can get any more. Actually, they're here. They're hanging out here in this little side of the cap. Sure you can see it. They're hanging out here. So as I'm rubbing this back and forth, it's coming like a snot, right? And these are a little bit harder. They're a little bit tougher because they're aged. So, but we'll see. We can still use them. Yeah, we can still use them. I mean, they feel like a little bit more stronger paste than the younger one that freshly squeezed out of the tube a little bit for us. But yeah, these are definitely still don't want to go waste. Okay, try to get as much as I can on here. The idea is to transfer that silicone. Oh man, it smells like, yeah, this smells like distilled vinegar paste. That's what it smells like. Okay, let's go ahead and line this guy up. See his hole there, didn't want to line up for a second. Now it's aligning, just got to pull it down a little bit. See, now it's a perfect alignment. I gotta make sure I drive it perfectly. Still a silicone splat on the top of them, that's okay. We'll wipe it down as soon as we get a chance, when we tighten everything down. See this guy here? He's perfect too. He has his hole protruding right out. So everything working well. The last one here, let's see if we can get some more from inside here. This side's clean, which is good for us. There we go. I think there should be enough here to finish this guy off at least. Kind of use this kind of way to rub. And then this metal rod here, we can clean it before it hardens with silicone. We use next time. I just use it to really, I found it, I just use it almost like a good coat hanger, I guess. You can just get a coat hanger if you don't have one. That way you can get all the stuff, gunk out of there. Oh, sorry. Alright, so there we go. Just gonna watch him. I'm gonna try to break this little bead here, but I think this little bead is becoming hard too. It might not drive in. That's why I think he has enough, a little bit of splattered silicone coating to do the trick. Let's put him in there. Alright, so he's the last drive. Then we're going to start tightening them all down and then wiping with this clean cloth here so it doesn't catch. I'm just wiping my hands clean too. The same cloth. There we are done on the side. It's time to tighten them up to specs. We're going to keep our cross the same. Gonna go and tighten this guy here. Okay, you want to tighten them evenly, don't tighten them yet. Just give them all a good snug torque. I'm gonna go crisscross. There we go. And then you can see here I'm going like a wave pattern. Then I'm gonna come back to the other pattern. This one's looks like it's got a lot to drive. This one might be the loose one that I was talking about. So hopefully silicone will do the work for us. See, this one's not like, it's just spinning freely. I don't think he's ever gonna grip. It's unfortunate because he has so much more to go. But let's see here. See if you get one of these ones, maybe you could put a little bit down force. Maybe. will help him not just stay on the surface but hold it. Yeah, so he's not wanting to grip more, and he's bulging. So let's go and work on the ones we can. So this is why we need silicone to help hold guys like this guy. Okay, so this one's pretty tight. We went like this, or we went like this. Okay, so this guy's next. This guy's tight. So 1 out of 6 isn't a bad odd to get tight. You can see all silicones are squeezing out of them. Let's go and get this guy here. There he goes, taking shape. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and line them up, the square, the positive. So 1. Oh, see, this guy's spinning too, which is fine, because the job of the silicone now is going to be gluing him off so he doesn't vibrate off. There we go, straighten this guy. This guy's really nice and snug. The ones that you can tighten good. Okay, that one's nice and snug. So we got 2 loose ones, this one and this guy here. It seems like they're on the same side. Okay, let's go and go for this one, see if we can get a little bit more on him. Yep, we can. Okay, now there's the final snug tight. There we go. This guy just spins freely. So we'll just get him in a nice position here. That's why he looks like he's doing it. So there we go. Give them a wipe. Give these little weaker guys a wipe down. Like that one. See, that's what happens when you apply semi-hardened silicones. Already been hardened, but that's okay because it creates like a rubber band. I can't even. There we go. I peeled it out. It's like a snot booger. It's like a silicone booger. But all the other ones are wet. It should help form eventually. So just kind of go ahead and get your, shop towel here and just kind of wipe all the rounding areas. Don't work on wiping everything down yet. You gotta get these guys clean first, or else you're gonna be transferring silicone from a smaller area all the way to the all around. So then you can use the other side of the rag or something, or fold it inward and clean it around. So, but in the meantime, just wipe any excessive silicone, because if you don't wipe it down, it will hard and it will stay. But for right now, in the meantime, dust can actually just get into it. And there's no need for silicone to be exposed on the surface anyway. The idea was to get the silicone into the thread. So I'm going to flip this little same shop rag around. Then I'm going to do a thorough wipe. And this side is officially complete. There we go. Okay, let's go in a little of this gray here. We can clean out once the silicone hardens. We can probably clean out with our carb cleaner, or brake cleaner, or whatever. It's just aluminum light. It's probably already clean. Maybe that's probably the best way it can get it. But there we go. This is done. That's it. We got a nice little silver, sort of a metal pattern design, or steel pattern. So let's go ahead and bring this guy, and we're probably gonna need some more silicone. So we'll bring a whole bunch of silicone with us, and we're gonna need about a total. Same one here. We're gonna need 5 here and then 6 there. So that makes, doing the math, 6 plus 6 is 12. Take 1 away, so we have 11. So we're gonna need to bring 11 of these guys. So hopefully we have 11, huh? Let's find out. There's little bits here. Okay, let's see how much we have in this side. There's 5. There's 3. There's 1 more here. Okay, it's gonna need all that we can get. So we're short 2. And there should be 2 here. Okay, there's plenty. There's 2 here. That makes up a total of 6. That's all we need. In fact, let's just bring the whole thing. No big deal. Carry it over. But yeah, it looks like we got enough here for completing our aluminum silver. They should be complete, because I didn't really take them out for any other usage. Those are not washers. Those are mainly used for that cap. So they better be complete. Okay, let me go and get this box here to hold our... Well, in fact, we might not even need it anymore. We can use it all up, all our shish kebab. But let's see, every little bit counts. Looks really nice. I like it. See that? Give it some time to get hard and everything. I mean, I think we could probably almost ride it now. I mean, the reflector, we'll get it from here. I think that's what the cop wanted to see. Instead of being so low, because it was probably hidden by this, he couldn't see if I was turning or not. So when he came behind me, he's like, we need some reflectors on there to be able to disperse the LED. And it's a good thing he said that, because for safety, I didn't realize. But it's funny because when he came close, he's like, oh, I thought it was one of those cheap scooters. I didn't realize you have your license and registration on there. And also, you know, main thing he says, yo, I can see the reflectors now. I mean, he saw when he came from behind me, when I hit my brake or grip my handlebar, this thing light up. Because I didn't have my Givy mounted at the time. And I wasn't planning to until afterwards. So let me move this out of the way. And we can work on that as soon as we get done with this guy. Gonna have to figure out how we're gonna, or want to mount this. There we go. Put in a nice soft cushion there. Hopefully it doesn't break. Alright, so here we go. Again, there's not going to be any in the back here. Just doesn't have one. You can tell there's no holes at all. Probably had one, they didn't put it on there, so we're not going to put it on there because we don't have it. But these guys we can. So let's go and open these guys. Ready? Let's get our 5 amigos out at least for the first side here. Just kind of grab them. 5 right there. 5 of these washers. 1 more to go. Oh, there's 3. 2 more then. Alright, hopefully there's 6 in there. Back here, why we find out right now. Oh no! Look at that. Oh, no, that was fooled me. Alright, hopefully it's scattered somewhere here because we need that 5th one. Well, we don't really need it. We'll probably make do with what we have. Unless these are doubled up somewhere. No, there's my 5 here. So we might have lost one somewhere in the process of taking this on and off. That's okay. That's alright. We'll figure something out. We always do as we go. Alright, so here we go. Get our screwdriver. We don't need this yet, so I'll put it in the bottom for a second. Okay, so this guy's turn now. Let's set these guys up. Let's set our games up. So I like to call it our game. Remember where it's driving from. So you want to put a little bit of the bevel edge and then the indent here. Supposed to keep these guys unscrewed. Okay, so we're supposed to get these guys. Oh no, the other way, sorry. You want the bevel edge kind of like the donut round upward. And so that way this thing will flush in like this. That's how you want it. See that? You want it so it can actually flush up like this. So there it goes, there's one. Excuse me. Let's get the rest. We take them for a dip on the silicone. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, this looks like I might got 5 minutes left for this recording, which is fine. What I'll do is I'll make sure I'll delete the other ones. Totally forgot to do that before I start the video. I'm excited just to, I kind of like the idea of being spontaneous. Just start the video, man. And then you'll figure out what to do afterwards. Even if you don't find what you're not wanting to not do. There we go. Alright, so here we go. Let's go and get this guy ready. And we're going to probably tube them. Or let's see if we have any more on the stick here. Let's see. Again, we don't want to use any old one really. So it looks like this tube might be done. Might be a done deal for us. So yeah, I don't know if I can scrape anymore, but let me try. Again, you don't want the old ones, right? Like the ones that are already semi-hardened. But let's see if I can. Yeah, this one's still wet. I think we might be able to squeeze one more, but that's about it. Let me see if I go like this and see if it comes out with it. No, it actually did the opposite. It actually brought some back in, probably. Alright, scrape it. Great way of cleaning this off anyway, because we need to get this guy back off anyway. I don't know, that's plenty compared to what he had prior, so no worry. We'll bring the big mother load here. Okay, this is what I was going to do if I didn't have that stick. I was just going to dip it in, go for a dip with me. Oh, it's kind of hard in there. I wonder why. Should be soft. I mean, there you go. Just take the whole mother load in there. There you go. When it comes out, it's perfectly all around it anyway. I'll leave this open because we got quite a bit to do. Okay, make sure this area is wiped out. Bring my little shop rag. Like this right here. You can just kind of scrape it off a little bit. Alright. So we always start in the center one, right? So we'll continue that legacy. There's a bump here. You have to bend this a little bit. See there, now it's all showing. There we go. Should be pretty fast now. Once we don't get nervous. Alright, let's go and line up this little washer. It seems like it's twisting everywhere. No way. See that? It's not really perfectly aligned, but you can see here. We can correct it as soon as we get a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see the holes here, the holes there, the hole here, and then the hole here. So let's continue on. Getting this, what we do is we can protrude out a little bit. Might want to square it out. Maybe I should have done that for the first one too, but it's fine. There you go. That way it gets some here, gets some on his washer as well. Call it his washer, but yeah, it is his washer. Or else he'll go further in, right? So let's go and get the very top. You can start whichever area you're comfortable with. I'll just go for the very top. Again, just not really wanting to tighten it. You're just trying to get it all in there much as you can without being tightened. Because again, just in case you need it loose, squirt it a little bit more out. See, there you go. That one's a nice glaze one. Look at that. It's got all around like a little Christmas tree. Okay, we'll go crisscross. Get this guy now. See, without having to scrape it off that little shish kebab, we're going a little bit faster now because we got straight out of the tube, brand new. Okay, so it's going to take a little twisty turn. Let's do some more here. Like that. Okay, let's go and get this guy. I'm going to angle him just right. Oh, don't fall on me. Hold them in a position where you're comfortable. And then also make sure you